You're going to be great. You always are. Be yourself and you're good.
Morning, everybody. Happy Wednesday. It is almost Thanksgiving. So many exciting things. And it was hard. It was hard to push this button and come on because Abby and I were in our back room talking to our new friends here, who's just so sweet. And our special guest today is, well, quite frankly, one of the bravest kiddos that we know. And I think Abby said it right. When we were talking with Fiona, um, for those who don't know her, and we're going to get into that, Abby told her, you know what, Fiona, I think you are more brave than most adults I know. And I think that is a very fair statement. So today with us, we have Miss Fiona and her mom, Bailey. And Fiona is the second grader from Florida who has made waves everywhere for her bravery. So, Fiona, tell us what has made you so brave? What have you done that has sparked so much news everywhere?
Well, I got suspended 38 times for not wearing a mask.
38 times. Wow. And so first
Wait,
of all,
I have another question though.
yeah.
What's your favorite thing to eat on Thanksgiving?
The turkey.
The turkey? That's your favorite thing? Turkey? All right. Okay. Are you pretty excited about Thanksgiving?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
You have some family coming over?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
We're gonna go. We're gonna go to Aunt Linda's.
Oh, okay. You're
We
gonna go to
changed
your
our
aunt's
plans
house.
last minute.
I'm not a turkey. I'm not a huge turkey fan. I'm more of a ham. I like ham. Do you guys usually have ham too, or just turkey?
I think we have some ham.
Sometimes.
I'm just
like
I just want the
cranberries.
stuffing. Just give me the stuffing.
The
I like the
stuffing.
cranberry dressing.
Yeah, I like the dress. I say dressing too. I say dressing. You say stuffing, Reagan. I say
I
dressing.
do. Yeah.
I think it's a southern versus northern thing.
See, and
Stuffing
I'm a new
versus
southerner.
dressing.
I've only been here for 3 years, so
We say dressing.
I've got to get
Dressing.
with the
All right,
program.
Fiona. We say dressing. We're on
What was it?
dressing team dressing.
I love it. So, where was I going? What did I say?
So what
Oh, 38
what
times. Fiona had told
38
us.
times. So what made you say, you know what? I just don't want to wear a mask. This is just something I don't want to do.
Well, I didn't want. Go ahead. Wait.
Why didn't you want to wear one?
I didn't want to wear a mask because you have germs on your hands and you touch it, set it on tables, and then you put it on your face and breathe in all the germs that were on your hands, and you can get sick from that.
Yeah, it's pretty yucky, right?
Brilliant.
Like you go to the bathroom with it on and ugh, like what's in the bathroom, right? Like ugh, yuck, right? And so you were like, I don't want to put this gross mask on my face, right?
Yeah.
And so you were like, I don't want to do it, right? And you live in Florida. And you're not supposed to have to wear masks in Florida, right?
Yeah, right.
And so you were like, no thanks. I don't want to wear a mask. But was it the teachers or was it the principal or who said, no, you need to wear a mask?
I think it was my principal mainly. Sometimes my teacher, I think.
You think?
Brilliant.
It was the administration. I'd actually had a conference with her principal prior to them disciplining her when they took back our parental opt out and made it very clear. I told her, I said, I made a promise to my daughter that she would not have to wear a mask this year. I'm not going to break that promise that I made to her. Fiona said, "Mommy, I might be in trouble. What if I get in trouble and sent home or suspended?" I said, "If it's just over a mask, honey, that's okay." Because Fiona knows the worst thing that can happen at school is her principal calls mommy. I had to kind of flip that around this year and tell her the same thing, but emphasize, that was the worst thing her principal could do was call me. And she wasn't going to be in trouble with me if she made the decision to not wear a mask because I wasn't going to break that promise I made to her. And she chose to go back there. She did have a silent lunch and was temporarily removed for the day, in school suspension, 1 and 2 day suspensions before going to these 3 day suspensions that they did 12 times. But she'd go in there with a smile on her face every third day and tell whether it be the teacher, the assistant principal, or the principal that she was not going to wear the mask and be sent home within an hour or so.
Wow. And
So
so
you've pretty much been like homeschooled
Well,
this
yeah.
year.
Pretty much.
do you like being at home with mom, or do you like being at school without a mask?
I like being at school without a mask.
Yes. And I know, and it's just so much easier to breathe. And so what do your friends at school say? Do they think you're pretty brave? Because I know how my kids feel about masks, and I know they don't like to wear masks. And I don't make my kids wear them. So what about your friends at school? Did they think that you were so brave doing that?
I think so.
You think so?
How'd they greet you when you got back that day? When you got to go back to school? What were your friends saying when you got to class? Did you tell me they all were giving you hugs and were so happy to see you?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so nice. And Fiona, you've gotten so much attention for being so brave that you have even gotten to be with the governor of Florida, right? Governor DeSantis. And so what was that like? What did he say to you?
What did he say to you when you talked before Fox?
Mm,
Did he say that he agreed with you?
yes.
Tell them what he said.
But I don't remember that well.
You don't remember word for word. She doesn't remember it word for word, so she doesn't want to quote him wrong.
Sure. But obviously he agrees with you and he's proud of you, right?
Yes.
He said both of those things, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
That's so amazing.
Awesome.
And so you were, as much as your school was looking at you as being disobedient, right? Not following their rules, you're following the rules of the governor of the state.
That's right.
I just think that's so incredible. So as of today, so I can't even believe it. We're in late November. What's happening with school now, Fiona? Are you back in school or
I finally got to go back.
Oh, awesome. And does everyone else still have on masks, or nobody has on masks now?
Well, it's like every day less people are wearing a mask at my school.
That's so awesome. And do you know what? Because I know you're only, so Fiona, are you 9? Are you 8, 9?
8.
8. Oh my goodness. So you were 8, and think of the movement, your bravery has started. Like, I'm sure you get it, but I don't think you get it, how big this is. And now more people are doing it because, even your friends are like, well, Fiona's not wearing a mask, and I know I should be able to breathe and not wear one, so I'm going to do it. And then other kiddos from all around who they're suffering and they don't want to be wearing a mask. And then they're like, wow, a Fiona, look how brave she is. I can be brave too. I just think that is so awesome.
I mean, you've really started something awesome, Fiona, and you are giving kids bravery. You're encouraging them to be brave. And you know what? Sometimes I remember when everybody was wearing masks and everybody was really scared, and I would go into the grocery store and I would not be wearing a mask. And people would look at me like, huh, she's not wearing a mask. And so then I would see them like take off their mask. They're like, oh, somebody's not wearing a mask. I'm not going to wear my mask. And so it was like me not wearing a mask was in like telling them it's okay if you don't wear your mask. And that's what you're doing for kids at your school. That's what you're doing for kids all across the country. You're telling them it's okay. You don't have to do it. And you know what was shocking to me, Bailey, is I was telling my husband was a teacher for many years, and I was telling him you guys a story, and I was saying, what's so crazy to me is that all children have a right in the United States to free and public education. And what's happening in this story with what was happening in the story with Fiona is that their own state government was preventing they were actually breaking the law by not allowing Fiona to the access to a free and public education. And because they continued to keep her out of school because of this ridiculous, you know, uh this ridiculous law that they had put in place that wasn't even in line with their own state mandate. And there's, of course, we always want to teach our children to obey just laws and obey authority when it is just, but this is unjust. And when people are telling our children to do something that violates their health, that violates their right to bodily autonomy, then it is our right to tell them, no, this is something you should not do. And I'm so glad, Bailey, that you stood by Fiona in doing that and supporting her right to say, no, this is not something I want to do. And Fiona, I'm so proud of you for taking that stand and saying, you know what, guys, I'm not putting this stinky, old, dirty, filthy mask on my face. I'm not doing it. And I'm willing to take whatever consequence comes at me. You are so, so brave. You're one of the bravest people I've ever met. And I'm just really honored. Reagan and I are just really honored to be talking to both of you and to know both of you.
Yes.
Thank you, guys. I
Thank
think a
you.
lot of people don't realize this was almost 2.5 months of time because of her schedule. This was 38
Yeah.
days, just over a month. It was almost 2.5 months. And it was 40 days of out of the classroom for her. I was super proud of her for keeping her, you know, keeping her mindset where she was and smiling, walking into school that every third day with that smile on her face, just to know she was going to have to come home when all she wanted to do was learn with her friends.
Right.
But we're just thankful that she's back now and getting to learn in a classroom. So
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think
and break free.
right. Right. Well, it is. And, I think this just speaks volumes for, and Fiona's such a young kiddo, but yet she knew deep down, this isn't right. Like something isn't right. You can tell she's such a sweet, respectful child, because someone, and this is a whole other episode that Abby and we get asked this a lot, and she and I need to do a whole episode on this, but as we wrap things up, somebody had asked, how do we teach kids the difference between bravery and obeying rules generally? I want my children. Abby has these conversations with her children. I have these conversations with my children. Yes, we're trying to raise respectful, obedient children. But my goodness, just because someone in authority tells my child something, that doesn't mean it's necessarily correct. And every person in this country, every person around the globe right now knows what has happened, what is still happening, no matter what side you're on. And this isn't to create division. Every single person in their gut realizes something's not right. Something's not right. Something hasn't been right. this isn't all just about our health and safety. There is so much more to the picture. And that, and the bottom line is you have to follow your gut. You have to do what's best for your children and family. And I think it's so darn brave that Fiona knew and stuck with it. You know, like you said, every third day, she knew what was coming and she held strong. And that's what changes lives. That's what starts movements, Fiona. That's what it shows other people, okay, I don't have to comply when I know this isn't right.
Mm-hmm.
And that is, like Abby told you before we came live, that is what more adults around this entire world need to be doing right now for our children. And
Mm-hmm.
you just showed that. You showed the whole world, Fiona, the bravery of an 8-year-old. And I have chills, what most adults need to have right now. So, honey, Abby and I are just so thrilled that you came on this morning. We are so proud of you. And you can come back on our show anytime you want.
It was fun, huh?
Okay.
Thank you guys. We appreciate it.
Thank you. And all the people, we know you were nervous about coming on live, but all the people that are commenting are just like so proud of you, Fiona. You're
So brave.
amazing. So
Yes. And you
We can go
certainly
back
are.
to it. She wants to see the comments now. I said, well,
Okay.
no, don't start pressing buttons, please.
Well, you have so many people who have your back, and Reagan and Abby, we always have your back, and we'll go to bat for you, honey. And so thank you so much, Fiona, for coming on today. Bailey, thank you for raising such a strong, brave,
amazing kid.
courageous daughter. And this was just such a huge testimony to share with everyone, you know.
Thank
and
you,
I hope
ladies. We
Thank you.
appreciate it.
Thank you. All right. Y'all have a great Thanksgiving. Enjoy that turkey, Fiona.
Yes.
You too. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy
All right.